the place that you call home. Respect the land in which you roam. Respect the country you were born. Let's take it back. Respect reform. Hold on to freedom, hold on to hope. Don't give them slack, don't give them rope. Don't walk and hang your head in shame. Be proud, stand tall, and we will reign.
Bob, come on. This is getting beyond the joke
We're
now.
getting me on a joke now.
What are you talking about? Hey,
Okay.
I'm trying to promote our sponsor tonight, guys. That's all. This is Weedabix, because we got free weed seeds every week, courtesy of the Labor Party. Thank you very much, Steve. And I guess we're going to be ending that, but very opposed to that.
Well,
Neil,
we're
have
going to be
say.
ending it by promoting it, but we've got another project which we're going to support.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean we're not doing the weeds in the background, and Tony will explain that later on.
Okay, Neil. Well, you're the
I
boss.
certainly will, Neil.
So anyway, guys, we'll put this off to the side for a second, okay? I really enjoyed having that for breakfast. Okay, guys, so this is the 25th podcast, isn't it, Neil? Huh?
25th. That's
Been a
silver.
challenge,
It's a
hasn't it?
silver.
It's been a challenge. And
Okay, so we're going to kick off here, and I'm going to show a little slide here, which is our great slide, our call-in slide. And you can either call in tonight, guys. You can put your comments on Facebook, or you can put your
Only
comments
nice
on,
ones, by
on
the way. We
YouTube.
don't like the rude ones.
And last week we got a YouTube comment. Do you want to get in that now, Tony, or you want to wait on that?
I'll wait on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Typical politician. Yeah.
Always coy.
Okay. Well, you talked about Weed of the Week. We'll talk about that in a little bit, Neil, will we, or what? Huh?
yeah, we're going to discuss what we've been doing with the Weed of the Week and the motion. And then once we've discussed that, when Rob gets his buttons all sorted out, yeah. We're down to Jess is still on leave. She's on holiday. Nat, hello to Nat, by the way. Nat was going to come on tonight. He was going to have an operation. So he was going to have an operation, keyhole surgery. I was going to pick him up. But sadly, they've cancelled the operation. So he declined tonight, but he's promised to come on next week. So Nat, looking forward to having you back next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Neil. So, hey, oh my gosh, I got that slide. We're going to have to take that off, but that's a picture of Steve walking up the street
He's
with a
still
bunch of
walking up
weeds,
there, look.
right? Thank you, Labor Party, for voting for glyphosate to be banned. So now we got lovely weeds all over the place.
Well, should we just go back to this, what you've just made a statement on? So we need to clarify it.
What are you talking about?
Well, a lot of people are going on Facebook. A lot of councillors go on Facebook saying about the weeds issue, and it's Devon County councillors' fault. Let's get it right. The Labour were in power as well at Devon County Council until we wiped them off. Labour
Well, wait a minute,
councillors.
Neil. They were in power
They
on
were,
the Devon
and
County
this
Council.
is, I think
Hold on, man.
I've got to say this now. This is one thing that annoyed me. So I did read Steve Race and his canvassers went round next week, and one of the biggest issues they found were weeds, which we'll come back to on some of that in a minute. Now, the thing is, we've only been county councillors for 6 months. Those Labour people, they were county councillors. He's been an MP for 1.5 years. Why was it never an issue over the 15 years that they were county councillors and Labour controlled? Never an issue.
I got an answer to that. Can I answer?
You could if you wanted, Rob.
Yeah, thanks. Well, it took a while for the weeds to grow. That's why. So.
Well, it certainly did once they sort of said they didn't want to use weed killer.
Okay.
No, but we're basically the sponsor is going to be finished tonight, and we've got a really, really good
I will add, I think
new
it's called
cause.
jumping on the bandwagon
Yeah.
before we.
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight, guys, we try to promote local business every night, every Thursday night rather, and we just want to come back to A&M Groundworks, and it's run by Anthony, and he. If you want to come over to my house, knock on my door, okay? I'll show you the great work he did. Thank you, Anthony. And here's a little video of one of his great guys who said, Rob, it's raining like crazy, but I've got to be done by noon.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, moving on, guys.
Yeah,
There's somebody using a
just
pneumatic
the
drill.
jackhammer.
It just reminds me of work. But going back to AMG Groundworks, they do drop curbs, especially nowadays with the parking issues in Exeter.
Yeah,
You know,
driveways.
they do a good job, and get in touch with them if you want some work done.
Okay, yeah. Here's another picture. My corner garden looking stunning. Thanks again.
Was it
Anthony.
after they did that or before?
Tony. Anyway, I'm glad that you got elected despite your sense of humor. Okay, so moving on, guys. What's next? Are you going to give us a little intro, Neil, into what the issues are we're going to be
Yeah,
talking
we're going to
about?
spend a little bit more time today regarding local issues. We've got community. That's what we're going to talk about. Council accountability, Reform UK progress, and give an extra a voice. So we're going to concentrate quite a lot on local issues. We're going to have a discussion. Tony and I, we're going to be, supposed to be sat on the fence. I am, but Tony says he's not. So we're
It's a tricky one, this, Neil.
Yeah.
I will sit on the fence if you want me to.
and then we're going to go into some couple of things which I thought would be quite passionate about, and which I feel it will affect everybody in the near future.
Okay, that's fantastic, Neil. So let's see. What's the first one we want to talk about, eh?
Okay, going to your local issues, what happened in the area. Right, so we've had the planning meeting today, which we're going to cover in depth. The drains, which, guys, going to talk about the drains in depth as well, because it ain't happening. Right, Brooks Basics, going to go through that. Casework we're doing, and payback team update, and Labour knocking on doors. So we're going to cover quite a lot on this area, and Tony and I will get into a conversation with Rob regarding this. So let's go on the Chudley Road. Chudley Road is, if you don't know where Chudley Road is, it's if you go into Alfington, the church splits. You've got a left road and a right road. Chudley Road is on the right, and it takes you all the way to the top, and there's a T-junction. Okay. This is where I'm getting totally confused. So since I've been a councillor for 6 months, the message from the people is they want it closed. The reason they want it closed, it will reduce the traffic. It would reduce the lorries. And this has been in the planning. Juliet, I'm totally listening to you. Been in the planning for 14 years. Right, we'll come back to the meeting. And then we've got somebody who decides he wants to put a petition up, which I'm all for a petition. I think the last time the petition, there was 147 people who signed to keep it open and 17 to keep it closed. I've just sat through a 2-hour meeting with the planning, and thank you for the officers of planning to give me that time. Right, so this is a dilemma. Do we close it or do we not? There's a consultation going on right now which closes on the 18th of December. And I repeat, the 18th of December. You can find it in the advert in the Espresso and Echo. And I know, Tony, what you're going to say. Who buys the Espresso and Echo?
Who buys the Express and Echo, Neil?
That's the way the rules...
I will add, my wife does look in that section because she likes Snow's passed away.
Yeah, so it basically consultation. So if you've got any issues, okay, any issues at all, you can do as many petitions as you like, but they have to follow the rules. And you have to write to give the reason why it either stays open or closed. Yes, Rob?
Neil, why are we doing a consultation on this? You said it was in the works for 15 years. Did the
Because
council
there's
just...
a petition gone through, essentially.
No. Right. Okay. This has been designed for 14 years. Now, I'm not against it and I'm not for it. But what they told me today to relay to everybody, yes, they know it's not been prone to loads of accidents. Tony will contradict that, Tony.
I have seen accidents because I did use that road and I've used it thousands of times when I used to drive for a living. I'm for it being shut. I don't want to sort of, I see no reason to keep both roads open because then it does become dangerous.
Yeah, see, now I sit on the fence because he's not the councillor for that area.
No, I'm
Right.
not the councillor.
So without
really,
you...
I've got a separate opinion.
Okay, so look at one side. People want to keep it open because it's a direct route and you can get on the road to Plymouth. All right, it's a T-junction and so far it works for everybody. on reverse side, what they're saying is, and there's nothing can be done about it, everybody knows cars will increase because they're building. And the government, and it doesn't matter about Labour or Conservative, the government, whoever in power at this time, they want to build because we're getting more and more people. We won't even go down that road. All right, well, that's a good joke, actually, Tone, isn't it?
Well,
So-
I'll go. Can I just
off the
mention,
cuff
Neil,
there?
anytime you guys want to go down Dawlish Road, Chudley Road, doesn't make any difference. You take a look at the houses and all that, and that's enough houses that be built for, people are being squeezed out of the small ones, okay? They go to the bigger ones, but the people that are going to the small ones are about enough to, house about 2 weeks worth of boat people coming in?
No,
Something
well,
like that,
I
Neil?
can't.
Can't comment on that.
We're flipping from. So going back to Chudley Road, right? So if they stop and close Chudley Road, they're not going to grass it over. So this about grassing things over it is not going to happen. They will just put posts in the road to
They
stop
put posts
turning.
in the road, look, to allow cyclists and pedestrians to walk safely along
Right.
to the bridge.
Okay, so what they're trying to say, if you've got an increase of traffic, which you naturally will, if you slow down there and take a left, you're going to get a bottleneck. If you're coming up from Marsh Bar and you want to take a right, you're going to have a bottleneck. It's not controlled. They cannot put traffic lights there. The reason is the bridge and everything like that, it's not workable. The traffic lights is they've looked at it, so everything people are asking, it's not workable.
Well, you'd have two sets of traffic lights within 100 metres.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You go to any
Well, it
place.
does on the speed of the road that's there already.
But then it's a slowing down method. So going down, they've got a controlled system with traffic lights. So what they're saying, a lot of people don't like going backwards. But if you live in the village, and I'm not saying you agree or disagree, I'm just relaying the information. If you turn back and go into the village, normally people who live there are quite happy. But what they're using the words are, and don't quote me on this, it's right now a rat run. If they can't go through Marsh Barton, they will take that route, which then gives more traffic, more lorries. You know that it's going to be reduced to 30, right? One lady who I spoke to today planning, because I was sat on the fence, which I still am, she was talking about if we close that top part, right, everybody still has access to Overton, right? But children, even though the pavements are rubbish, they're going to sort the pavements out, both sides. But when the children are up in that area, call it a safe zone, they can cross the road to go over the bridge to go to the school. So some lady come up, Juliet again, said maybe they consider putting some form of car park up there so the people who go to the surgery can park there properly. I'm not on about a proper car park, but an area where cars can stop and stay. So I didn't think that was a bad idea, Tony.
I'm on the fence on that one, but it probably is. But the surgery's still a long way away, and if they can't walk, then they want to be as close as possible.
So going back to, so the conclusion is, if you've got an issue with the road and you don't want it closed, go on to petition. I will put it on my Facebook page. I'll give you the TRO number, the traffic regulation order, and then you can write in and put your reason why you want to keep it open. And
Now, Neil,
I want to listen
ahead.
to the people in Overton,
Yeah.
not the people on the outside of Overton.
This is the interesting thing, you see. It would be interesting to see how many people on the petition who want to open actually live in the area.
Yeah, I have to be straight. I'm getting really quite.
Yeah, I can sit.
No,
I
I'm
don't
getting
need to
annoyed
sit
about
on
this
the
because
fence, though, as
I'm
you
thinking
well
they
know.
want it shut. Other people say they want it open. Well, what do you want? Tell me, and I will back either way. But I have to go by the
Neil,
majority.
What happens with the comments that people make in the consultation? What is the process? What happens?
Well, they
from
will
there?
look at everybody's ladder. They've got to look at it, and they will weigh up what the pros and cons. And if there's everybody,
If the argument's good enough,
no, if
it
it's
can stay
everybody
open.
against it, they're going to have to relook at it. But traffic calming schemes, we are looking at different ways to slow the vehicles down as well. Because same again, you get on that road, you can speed, even though it's getting reduced to 30. All right, so it's education, and we can't have speed humps and know that.
Now there
but-
are ways to do it where you chamfer the road.
Yeah,
so
but
that
they're
people
looking at
have
it,
to give
and
way.
I've had one lady write in regarding an area where the lighting's rubbish. That's all getting. I've pushed that through to people. The bushes down there are overgrown. That's come to my light. In fact, I'm covering what we're doing later on.
Yeah.
But Chudley Road, if you've got an issue, please write a petition.
That's great. And Neil, hey, it just suddenly occurred to me, isn't it great that we're having a conversation about local issues? I mean, I know everybody reads and and watches TV about national issues, and they do affect us, of course. But how many other forums do we have in Exeter like ours that discuss local issues? It's
Well,
really a great
I don't really
forum.
know, but what I will say is that we're inviting people onto the show. We're going to invite Adrian Clark on the show. He's quite vocal lately on spotting Alphington. So Adrian, I'll come into your shop tomorrow and ask you to come on. We've got other people coming on as well in the next few weeks. The two officers, the police officers in Alphington, they're going to clear it with the boss. They're going to come on. Remember, this is neutral when you come on here. There's no signature now about anything. It's about the people who
We're
live.
hoping to get back the farmer again.
I need people from Exwick. Paul, need you to come on. He knows who I'm talking about. St. Thomas, I need people coming on from there. We represent 4 areas as well as, remember, we are Devon County Council, so it's not all about, it's about Devon as well.
Yeah, it's the bigger picture as well that people don't sometimes see.
Well, do you think they're going to get a present of the Christmas tree that we've got in the corner there, Neil? Huh? What do you think?
But the one behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did my best
looks
just now.
really
Only
nice.
decorated it.
Yeah.
I didn't put any lights on it because I
Yeah.
didn't want to take it, so it would go everywhere.
I tell you, you need to get a life, Neil, okay? But thank you very
Lot of
much
thought went into that.
for making this a festive season. And hey, it rained like crazy, didn't it, a few days ago? And, in fact, I went on along the Alphington Road, and I was very careful not to splash people along the way. But you, sir, were diligently out there taking videos and calling up people to council, right?
Right. So, okay. So first of all, I'm going to apologise again because what I thought I dealt with weeks ago wasn't dealt with. So I went out and videoed a river. All right. I went and videoed the river and I've put it online and I've also sent it to the council. They guaranteed that they would come out and clear the drains. Well, they have. Question mark. But let's just step back. So I reported it, and then I had to do a site visit for a children's appeal, which was in Chagford. Never got so wet in my life. The roads were flooded. Brilliant video footage of that. And as I was driving out of Exeter, there was a lady runner at 7:15 in the morning running down that little stretch, and she got drenched. So I was going to have a real go at the people in the council, but I left it for 24 hours, and I've been told that the drains have been cleared. And then a gentleman, I thank this gentleman for putting this online, and I've replied, and now I've gone back, and we're just going to play the video now. So this is after it got cleared.
Okay, here we go. Really bad.
So the big question is it fixed properly? That's the next question. I'm trying to work for the community. I relay your messages. I know people in the offices or the council are doing their best, but I question, is it being done correctly? Now, I know that they're going to send another team out and they're going to try and, I mean, that's all sucking the drains out. But if you ever had a blocked sink, it's not always what's in the trap.
It's the underlying problem.
Yeah, it's in the pipe further down. So you can't just push the problem down. You got to suck it out. So we're on it again. Tony's on it because he's had quite a lot of people write to him about drains.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they do need doing. It's an underlying problem. And I think, over near the Sawyers, we had a drain collapse. And, that was sorted. And I think this one here, you can clearly see that there's a blockage somewhere that needs to be cleared. They should send a camera down, to be honest, and find it.
Yeah. So, and there's been other people wrote to me about other drains. So we're on it. We're on it as much as you can. But just write to us, give us locations. If you can use what 3 words, or send me a picture. I went down to a drain the other day and I took what 3 words and I've reported that. So just keep it coming in. That's all I can say.
Just add a little touch of realism to it. In fact, the location where we live in St. Thomas,
Secret bunker.
secret bunker. That's
Sorry,
exactly
you
right.
gave
Thank
it
you,
away.
Tony. Actually, you know, in America, we had people out in cowboys and ponies and stuff. Whereas
thought you
you
was gonna
guys
say
have this
Indian.
beautiful, beautiful houses and with this infrastructure with the drains. So these, maybe the drains haven't been around since 1871, but they've been around a while. So we have to be just aware that we have to have a good maintenance program behind it, right?
It doesn't seem to happen now. I'm sure it does, but I haven't actually seen.
Yeah, but so we should have a system. I don't know. I need to find out what is their daily routine, because if they're clearing drains out,
Well,
it should be non-stop all year round, rotate all around Exeter, not just our area. It's a system. It's a never. It's like painting the bridge to Wales. It used to never stop. Paint one end, finish it, go back and start again.
It should be somewhere invisible. So if you want to do a spot the drain clearing people, it'd be interesting to see where they are.
Yeah. So to everybody, we're doing our best. We're keeping on it, and we're going to push, push, and push. And I must thank Roger from Highways. He is a star again.
Yeah.
You know, we wrote to him, and
we'll be mentioning him again later on, I suspect.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just promote our sponsor here, Weedabox, okay? And let's not forget the topic of weeds, right? So here we go, Neil. You wanted to bring it on. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we know we did the motion in Devon County Council, and if you want to go on to the Devon County Council webpage regarding the full council meeting last week, the motion was passed. It has been, and I'm not trying to take the joke, it has been watered down with weed killer. Can I say that? So it's been watered down. But community payback team, there is funding. We're trying to find out. We've rung them today. They don't need any funding apparently because they get it from the King. So hats off to the King. And Tony, how did you get on when you met the lady, which we can't mention names?
Yeah, I was talking to her, and very interesting. There is money for weeds, but obviously there's other things that the money's going to be used for. I've been talking to one of the people in charge at the moment, and as like I said, the community payback at the moment are visible in St Thomas. They are doing areas that we've tried to get them to do. They will be doing Exwick in the near future and most of Exeter as well. So we are using them to the best of our abilities. If you see them, speak to them. They're nice to talk to. You know, somebody did Facebook me to ask me what their crimes were. Well, quite frankly, that's not anyone's business.
But it's misdemeanors anyway.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about crimes and misdemeanors, okay? I mean, you have to remember, okay, how this all started, okay? Devon County Council and Exeter City Council were controlled by the Labor Party, okay? And they banned the chemicals, so here we are, okay? And
we're here
guess
trying
what?
to sort it.
Guess what? When you say get the funding, it's like we have to go plead our case to the King. The funding was there. That's why we pay our council. It's a basic service, right? They got to get the funding. Let's hear from Steve Race so he can get some funding from his woke parliament up there, right? So that's all I got to say about that.
Right, I'll quickly jump in there as well, by the way. You're probably a very nice man, Steve. You know, you can find money for medical centres at Exeter College. You can find money for the Riverside, and yet you cannot find money for other things desperately needed in this city.
Well, the thing is, when you say find money, Tony, what they do is they actually take money away from us, okay? When they say find money, it's really our money, okay? And you know what? Yeah. Not only do they take our money away from us,
they're so generous.
But then they strip out the basic services like weeds, and they take that money as well. Where does it go?
And then they do a picture saying how much money they've given away.
Well, this is one of our dilemmas right now. If you watch or you've received the brochures from everybody around Exeter and Labour, I have to come back to Labour, and it is a bit political, and I'm sorry about this. It's always about the weeds. It's always about there's a problem, and if you've got a problem down here, you've got a problem down there. Well, we've only been councillors for 6 months, maybe 7. We are newbies, all right? We're trying to sort I was going to be rude then.
Ooh,
the rubbish out.
We've had that before.
Which you have done. You've stopped weeding. No, they've stopped weeding.
15.
We're trying to sort it
15.
all out. And the Exeter's a mess.
It's a mess. I mean, we
and then I get, who's that other guy? Who's it, a Lib Dem guy? Something Tilbury or whatever he's called?
Who? Oh, Rob. I don't know who it is, actually.
Somebody put on his Facebook page, am I allowed to say this? Or you put my thumb there.
Oh, go ahead.
What a waste of time discussing about weeds. Well, it might be a waste of time for you.
That was a Lib Dem.
Yeah, Lib Dem.
Can I add something, Neil? Okay. You were in the military, right?
Correct.
Huh? Okay. Tony, you were a logistics manager, right?
Well, no, a lorry
You're-
driver, if you
yeah.
want to call it logistics.
Well,
you
logistics
can call it that.
engineer.
It sounds
Okay.
quite good.
And I was
A logistics operator. There you
okay.
go.
So when I was 18, I went to the Air Force Academy, and back then they told me a number of different things, interesting things. Okay,
Not allowed to
but
talk about.
what they told me was how to shine my shoes, how to have a nice uniform, and actually a couple of people have told me about this. Is that you know what, Neil? If you belong to the British Army and you look like okay, and you can't shine your shoes, and you look like HELL, or oh, sorry, that wasn't a good word, but you know what I'm getting at. What kind of image do you present? You
Well-
represent a ragtag military outfit. You can't even pull your pants up in the morning. Okay,
Right. So let's go back to
so
the weed issue.
that's what the weed is all about.
Yeah, the weed issue is it makes Exeter look untidy. It doesn't matter what area. I've had a lady write to me from a different area because she wants to get and see how she can tap into the community payback. But the bottom line is, guys, Labour run the city, their problem, and they're walking around saying that it's Devon County Council's problem. All right,
They were in control of Devon
It's not
County
that. It's
Council.
everybody's problem. All right, let's just all work together as a team.
Well, you know,
And I have to interrupt. Rob, thank you for emailing me regarding Ebrington Road. Really good. Labour councillor, I've got no issues. Him and I work together. He wrote to me, and we've organised a team will go in hopefully this weekend. So hopefully everybody's
There'll
happy.
be no selfies on that one, though.
No, but we do work. So I know we say things. But Rob, he's a decent guy. I can't knock
Yeah.
him.
hey Neil, just refresh our memory, or everybody's memory on that weed. Where is that weed?
Right, that's down in Marsh Barton, and that was obstructing a sign on the roundabout and plus a light. I did put it through the portal, and I have to tell you, the Devon County Council sorted it out within 24 hours. So maybe because it was a safety issue, right? But it was sorted out. But and they're also doing, what's the road they're doing soon?
What's that?
Counties Weir, what's that road coming in?
Riding Road.
Riding Road, there'll be teams going out there, clearing the roads,
Yeah, I
clearing the
think
weeds,
they're clearing and doing general
swapping the
work.
signs. So
Yeah.
there is work in the.
But that's in February, so you've got that to come, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we know those weeds are really good for biodiversity, right? And there are bees in there and
So
everything
they
else.
say.
So I don't know. Does everybody fully support getting rid of those?
Well, I don't
weeds,
see
Neil,
many
huh?
bees around some of these weeds.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Well, so anyway, well, let's move on to something really great here. And I'll just flash up a slide for y'all. Brooks Basics.
This is a good
Neil?
story.
Yeah, really, really good story. And I cannot tell. I just want to say thank you to everybody Paul started the Paul who is Mr. Brooks. He put a message up. As Tony and I have been friends with him for 50 years, we took on the challenge to promote it as well. We're only part of a wheel. We're not the who done it all, but we pushed it out. Everybody pushed it on their social media. People shared it. I think Devon Live went down and interviewed him, and I went and seen him 2-3 days ago because I needed to buy some boats for my mother for some of the biggest gates anywhere. If anybody wants to help us hang some gates next week, I'm talking big gates. Right, so I went in and spoke to Paul. Tony went in. We went in, and basically he said, thank you to everybody for supporting him. His business is booming. And when I was there, we had builders going in. So please, don't let it die off. Please support him, Tony. What do you say?
Well, I was going to say you need people like that. I couldn't believe it when you went in and actually said, I need some boats. Another day, we need some rat killer. He stocks a hell of a lot. I just said it. He stocks a lot of stuff. If you're looking for it, there's a good chance Paul will have it.
Yeah, I've been in there many times, and we forget we need businesses to pay the employ people and to pay the council tax and the VAT tax and income tax, right?
Well, it's getting harder
it's
now
important,
as
isn't
well.
it?
It's getting
Well,
harder.
you say about getting harder. I heard on the radio today people are now going to buy chicken instead of turkey for dinner. People aren't buying presents anymore because it's all dear. Well, Yeah, we'll cover that in a minute.
Okay, well, I'm not discriminating against chickens, okay?
I actually like chicken.
Well, I
but-
got to admit, I don't like turkey, so I'm all in favour.
yeah,
of
but
it.
I'm a traditional man. I like turkey.
Yeah,
At
well, you do
Christmas.
buy the biggest turkey going, don't you?
Yeah, well, the dog ate it once. I couldn't find the turkey, so we ate the turkey, put it in the larder, and I went the next day and I got African greys and a cage outside. They come in every evening, and I'm thinking, where's my turkey gone for the traditional curry? Anyway, I found the turkey carcass. It was in the bird cage. No birds in there because they come in every night, and yeah, so I never had no curry at the end.
Hey, Neil, seriously, tell us about these birds, okay? Because our audience may not know about you. How,
So I
how
have
an interesting
two.
person you and Tony is.
Yeah,
Well, they don't like me,
I'll
so
get
I
to you
don't
in a
tend to
minute,
talk
Tony.
I
about
love to
it.
say it. So I got two African greys. I've had one, what's the year? 26 years this Christmas. One for 26 years, one for 14. One's called Mr. Smithy and Pickles. I love them. I love them to bits. Pickles loves me more than anybody. Smithy can love whatever. I think one's a boy, one's a girl.
How does he love you, Neil?
Oh, they just kiss me, cuddle me, and just talk. And they come out in a big aviary every morning, and they go in every night. But what made me laugh, when I'm away, I have to get people to put them in, put them out, because they're very routine birds, very nervous. So Tony sent me a video of him getting attacked.
Well, I think you filmed it, Rob, didn't you? Me screaming with a bird attached to my hand.
I'll put that on the next
No,
podcast.
I probably didn't. Screaming away, trying to get it
Yeah.
off.
I'll tell you, members of the audience, how great a brother Tony is, because when Neil was on holiday, like, a month or two ago or something, every morning, and the reason why I know this because I'm over here flipping the house all the time, Neil, but your brother was over here every morning putting the birds out, and then at the evening taking the birds in. Tony, really nice man.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
they still didn't like me after all that. I just thought how unappreciative.
Okay.
But
So let's
they are
get-
lovely birds.
Hey, let's get down to business, okay? Let's talk about some local issues here, and we'll get on to a little bit of socialism, okay?
I'm going to come straight to this. So Tony and I have been reading the brochures, which the Lib Dems, the Greens, and Labour. And we have to be straight with Firehouse, Tony. Tell us, let's
Well,
put the
the
Firehouse,
Firehouse, look,
because
it's-
everybody uses that picture.
Yeah, everyone uses it. When I first got elected, one of the things I'd like, and I have to say I would have loved for the Firehouse to come into the community as an asset. Realistically, though, we would never be able to hold it. So I think Greens have said it's been sold, and I suspect it has, because I have a feeling they've changed it so that you can...
That's Exeter City Council
Extra-
under the wire
I
again.
don't quote me on this, but I think
But I will,
they
yeah.
were going to change it into apartments, or it may be sold as a going concern. But
But you told me they couldn't sell it. So then
They
you said they
couldn't
were going to
sell it.
use change of use, possibly into flats.
yeah.
That's what you
So
told me.
I don't know, because realistically, it would have been brilliant, but it was a dream, and
But
I know the Greens are
the
saying-
bottom line, Exeter City Council own it. They put the rent up for Age Concern. Age Concern moved out, so we've got an empty building. They're trying to sell it to get more money to put against all rubbish. The money they're due all gets swallowed up, and then nobody's got a community place to go.
Well, it'll be
So
about-
well done, Exeter City Council.
Yeah.
be about a week's
Yeah.
interest payment, wouldn't it?
Meanwhile, you got a lot of happy faces on there. I'm putting a slide up there about.
Well, look, I mean-
everything's all good, right, Tony?
Well, if you go by the Green, it's all good. Yeah, they'd love quite a few things there, I think, by reading their thing, and I'd like some of it as well. One of the things that did get my goat was they've said, and and I'm including Labour, because I think we all do a hard job. The Labour, Lib Dems, and I think the Green person said that if he was elected, he'd be approachable. Well, that's like saying none of us are approachable. It doesn't matter which party we represent. We are approachable.
That's
and
nice said, Tom. Well done.
Well,
yeah.
no, it doesn't matter which party we represent.
Can I give you another story quickly?
We are
Right.
approachable.
Go ahead, Neil.
So I went to Chatbox. By the way, Tony and I are in Chatbox, not because he's a councillor for there, but
What's
he's out.
I
Chatbox?
like the
Neil?
cake, actually.
Chatbox is in Alphington. It's the village hall. And I go in there. I'm going to be there at 9 o'clock till 12. I'm dragging Tony in because I get dragged away by so many people. He's my cover man.
I just
But-
use my charm.
Yeah, but you like the free cake, even though he's got to
No,
watch
don't
his
say
diet.
that. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
But last
work in
week,
the
I
room.
went in there last week, and let's just put this to bed. The lady who runs it, really fantastic lady, was horrified when I walked in because Steve Race was in there. And I said, well, I have no issues with Steve Race, and I don't have any issues. I went up, shook his hand. We had a conversation before, and we had a lovely conversation that day. And he went round one part of the room. I went round the other part. And I must say, his campaign manager, the lady with
Fantastic, yeah.
dyed blonde short hair, what a lovely, lovely lady. All right,
Is she
and-
better than your campaign manager?
No,
Neil?
nobody's better
Well,
than
no,
my
because you
Rob.
haven't got lovely
They're never
dyed
going to
blonde hair.
replace you as a campaign manager.
Well, I hear people want to replace.
Sorry,
the campaign
she
manager,
wasn't the
but we won't
campaign
go there on that
manager.
one,
She
okay?
was his manager. Let's get that right. He was his manager. So you can see that we do work together in the background, and we're
And
going
we're
to
all
talk.
approachable.
Yeah, we're going to talk about local challenges. So, right, we can put if I put everything up on Facebook, Tony, if you put everything up on Facebook, it'd be just sheets and lists and lists
It
and
would
lists.
be it would be the things. I mean, people would not be interested in some of the things we do. So we do get emails from residents.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, people send us emails which big problems to them, might be small issues to you, it might be boring, but we don't put everything up on Facebook. All right, so we are dealing with housing, and Rob's telling me to.
Well, one of the things
Telling us to move on.
Well, one of the reasons why I'm still working for you guys, okay, as your campaign manager, even though I'm not another campaign manager, is that you actually get out there and interact with everybody, because you've been here 60 years, right? And
Don't remind me.
Interesting comment, but Steve put on his Facebook thing, which I hate Facebook, of course. He said, "Well, I've been to Chatterbox a couple times." Well, you know what? How many times have you been to Chatterbox? You've only been.
Yeah, but let's put this perspective. He is the Exeter MP, not a local.
yes,
He's not Devon County.
Yeah.
So he doesn't just go to Chatterbox. And you know, I'm defending him here, Rob. Sorry. What's right and wrong. So I disagree with what you
Well,
say.
do you think the reason why he's going to Chatterbox?
Oh,
is
yeah,
because we
I
got-
know where you're
we
going.
got
I mean,
the
what
best-
you're saying is
we
he's
got the
very
best
worried about.
councillors, huh?
this
No, I know
area.
where you're going now. Oh, I know. So I had somebody remind me regarding Labour. So they must follow us or track us or check our emails or whatever. So anything we do, they will either counteract, find a problem with it, or soak it. And what I mean by soaking, they had an MP from Plymouth come into Alphington the other day, walk around and speak to the residents. Well done, happy days. And then you've got Steve Race coming into Alphington to do it. So they're worried, right? So anything we do, we're monitored.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the thing is kind of funny, isn't it?
But you can track us. We'll just change track and do something else.
Well, no, I got, we work for the
We're trying to do the good of
Devon.
the community.
We work
so
for Devon.
Yeah.
If
Well,
Steve Race can do that as well, good.
Okay, so
Right,
Let me
let's
just-
get on to the meat.
yeah, as your campaign manager, okay, guys.
Oh.
Let me just interject a little bit of reality, okay? I mean, the reality is, you know what? Steve has to do exactly what Starmer wants because they got the whip, the party whip against everybody. Otherwise, he's toast. And guess what? All the Labor councillors in Exeter, doesn't matter if you're a Devon County councillor or an Exeter City councillor.
I just remind me, there's no Labour in
There's no
Devon.
county councillors,
Oh.
so
What
let's just
happened
get
to
that
him?
straight out.
We wipe them off.
What do you mean you annihilated them? Huh?
Well, we're not
Yeah.
we're not allowed to rub that in, are we?
Okay. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, so if all the woke labor people that are left, whoever they are, want to do something, they've got to kowtow to Steve, and in return, Steve's got to kowtow to Starmer. See, so it all, there's an expression in military.
Well, actually, that leads on to our next.
SH asterisk T flows downhill. But that's what it is. They all do what the
Right,
chain
we
of
have
command wants, right?
people. Everybody agrees. Everybody has their own point of view, and they can decide who they're going to vote for. Right, but let's just go to Labour, and we're jumping out the box from the local area. And whether you like Margaret Thatcher, I must tell you, we're not Conservatives, we're not Labour, we're not Lib Dems, and we're not Greens, and we're not Independent. So there's only leaves one of a party. All right, but this lady, actually, some of her videos she's produced and some of her statements are coming to truth. Rob,
Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks, Neil. You mind if I show the video of this man here? He's very caring and compassionate because he's basically saying that he's got to work every flipping day because there are people on benefits that are relying on him. He's very gracious, but too bad nobody cares to thank him. They just want to pillory him for not producing enough. Yeah.
yeah,
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that and then quote exactly what she says.
Okay.
Well, I can
said.
say what she says from here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, she says trouble about socialism is that it's easy to spend other people's money until you run out of it.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Steve for being so generous, because every now and then he says, "Well, let's. I'm going to give a bunch of money to the Riverside
very
Leisure
nice,
Center."
isn't it?
Yeah.
It'd
But
be
he never
nice if you
says
could find
where
a
it comes
bunch more
from,
money,
right?
to be honest.
And then Rachel Thieves turns around and then she robs us blind out of the pocket. You know,
It's
really
about
nice.
a black hole with that.
You know, if he could find more money, he could reduce.
But look,
our
hang
debt.
on, she's getting a war chest. Why? Because when they come to election, she just splash it out everywhere.
But not down this way.
Well,
And
she
that's
don't.
why, see on the slide, everybody's smiling, aren't they? They're smiling while they have their money in your pocket, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when they give you money, they're not giving. It's your money.
Yeah.
It's just how they cut it all
Okay,
up.
can I please?
Yeah. Play the video.
Thanks. It says, some days I want to give up because there's people on benefits depending upon me, okay?
White guy, it doesn't mean I'm a weakling. Oh, I'm not a big man, no matter how I try. Reality.
I think that's enough.
Anyway, if anybody knows what that
so
man
what
was,
they were actually singing,
you can
he's
tell I'm
right,
not
it is a
Gen Z or
competition
Gen D or whatever it is. But anyway, you got the message.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite passionate what we're going to talk about now.
Okay.
Right, because I fought for freedom.
White guy.
Freedom. What are you trying to do? Put me on. I fought for freedom in this country, and I know a lot of soldiers. And by the way, myself going back to Newport the other day, fantastic. Thank you to every guys who gave me a warm welcome, and it was lovely to see.
apparently
see
you
everybody.
listen to this as well. So a big hello.
Oh well, yeah. Big hello. Yeah.
Yeah, you better say
Okay.
that.
So who's going to talk us through this?
I'll give it to you, Tony. First, socialism,
Well, no, I'll let
which
you
is
do
a
it.
cousin of communism.
Well, I
Right.
can take.
I'm
I
going to
can
let
take
you
this
start
one
on
if you
this
want.
one.
No, I'm happy. We'll do it. Let's
Okay,
do it.
I'm not going to argue about it. You,
Yeah.
Rob,
raise your
crack
hand,
on.
Okay?
They all get bored
Wouldn't
of
be
my
allowed in
voice.
socialism arguing, would it?
Well, it's
Do
a
the
Shoot
show.
you.
it's a socialist state that we live in, really, and it's getting worse because our lovely prime minister, fascist dictator, probably.
Well, they
isn't he?
just want to
He
control
wants
you,
to
don't they?
digital ID, wants to rob us blind.
Let's
Right?
divide this up.
No,
Okay.
seriously. I'm
Right,
not-
because what
I'm
we're
not
going to
joking.
we're going to get people who agree with Keir Starmer. Sir Keir Starmer, let's show the respect. All right? But let's look at individually. Facial recognition. What they're going to say now, we have that because we can get terrorists, we can find thieves, and we can do all that. Okay, yeah, you're quite right. They can. But it also puts you on a big database. All right, facial recognition.
Hey, I've got to interrupt you. Neil.
Well,
I
just my face would be
again. I'm sorry, but I got to have some reality. You guys are politicians too many times. But you know how Sir Keir Starmer got his knighthood, or one of the reasons why? Okay.
Yeah, immigration, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He was a lawyer for
He won
him.
a landmark case. At the time it was a landmark where basically it was illegal immigrants could
What was your
access the
son of
benefits-
again?
access the benefit system. So that's when you see the immigrants and illegal immigrants. Because I'm a legal immigrant.
Well, I am not a Keir
accessing all of
Starmer
our money.
fan, and I don't
Then you
care
know
what
where it came
anybody
from.
says.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead, Neil. You
Right.
can talk
right,
through this.
digital
place.
ID. We've already discussed this. You've got passport, which is digital. You've got driving license. You've got the NHS number. You've got your national insurance number. Your tax to, I was going to swear, your tax to hell. All right. So whatever, they know who you are.
Please, sir.
even when you go on any of the sites on the internet, you're tracked.
I was going to say something about someone else, but I'm not
No,
going to say about
no,
the someone sites. Yeah. Yeah.
So, no,
Did I say
all
porn
of it.
sites?
If you
No, I
buy
didn't say
something or
it.
talk about something, you're guaranteed an advert will come up for whatever you're yapping about.
Oh yeah, guys,
Yeah,
put this to you.
you're tracked.
Yeah, have you ever been on your phone, or sorry, your phone's in the vicinity, and you say, "Oh, I could love a Big Mac or something," and it comes up where the nearest Big Mac is, or "I want to buy this," and it comes up. Your phone is a tracking, listening device. All right, that is it. I know, being military, I know exactly what's happening. It's a it's a tracking
It
device
is.
and listening.
Focus in advertising on what you talk about.
And
Right. My
again,
biggest gripe now. Go on.
Well, I was just going to say another reality thing. Come on, guys, give me a break. Just walk around Exeter here. Just tomorrow morning when you wake up, when you're going to work, walk down Cowlick Street and just look up a little bit. There are cameras all over the flipping place. And as a
But
matter
they
of
do a
fact,
good job in that respect.
yeah. As a matter of fact, if you come onto one of the properties on Queens Road, make sure that you don't do anything dastardly because I got you on the camera. Okay.
No,
But
we're,
no,
we're
everybody-
on about face
Yeah,
recognition.
we're
Brothers-
on about
yeah.
facial
Big
recognition
Brother's
here,
got it.
not
Right, so
security cameras.
We'll
which
go
do a
on to the
brilliant
police
job.
now. You must see it now. The police video everybody, everything. They can get the face recognition. We never had that years ago. Christ, we never had all these problems years ago because, everybody was happy. If everybody's happy the way the country's running, then please, please, please tell me and I will be quiet. I am not happy with the state of this country. And one thing I'm not happy with is when I want to draw some money out the bank, whatever amount, I want to buy whatever. I don't care what I want to buy. And they question why you're taking your own money out of the bank.
I was questioned when I put money in. I thought, well, there we go.
I mean, it's a load of bollocks, right?
No, you're not there to say.
Well, I'm telling you this.
All right.
Because if the banks never had our money, they wouldn't function. So they take our money. Watch Oh, What a Wonderful Life, guys. Brilliant film. I love it. The kids are going to curse me. All right. You need people's money in order to lend it to somebody else in order to make interest, to make money. So if nobody put money in the banks would fail. All right. They send the mortgages. They put the mortgages up. We're being controlled.
Okay. We're going to move on here, guys.
Yeah,
so,
move on. Sorry.
What's your position,
Speech.
okay? Huh?
Well,
What?
it's becoming a socialist state where they're trying to control you.
Right.
They're trying to control everything you do.
Well, speech now. Yeah,
Well, it's
we.
everything.
To
You
keep
say
more of the
something
money
right,
you
Tony.
earn, I'm afraid that's very selfish. We shall want to tax that away. You want to own shares in your firm? We can't have that. The state has to own your firm. You want to choose where to send your children to school? That's very divisive. You'll send your child where we tell you. Socialists don't like ordinary people.
No,
Okay.
they don't.
So
You
we
want
also,
to
by the
keep
way,
more of the
to be
money
careful
you
what we say,
earn. I'm
in case
afraid
the Fort Police knock on our doors.
Right. Okay, so when we, and I don't like mentioning it, when we had an issue with the court case, by the way, we're innocent, and we were putting stuff out on the podcast, and it was when I was away, when I was on holiday, actually. Tell them what happened. It wasn't about the court case, it was something else. Go on.
What? Not what we called our local MP, I hope.
No, but the
Oh,
police
thank God
rung
for
you
that.
up because they
Oh
couldn't
yes,
get
they
hold of
rang
me
me up
because I could.
we were talking about, is it the Hamptons? Is it the Hampton?
Hampton Inn, yeah.
Hampton Inn, yes. Yeah.
Which is
we were discussing
the
something-
refugees there are family refugees. Let's just clear that up.
But yeah, we were just having a discussion, and I was home having a cup of tea, and I had a call from a policeman, Mr. Policeman in Clumpton, who asked me, were we inciting protests at the Hampton Inn? I did point out I was having a cup of tea, but were we inciting? And I said, well, no. Well, we've had somebody complain who's listening to your podcast. Thank you very much for that, listener, by the way. And he felt that you were inciting protests by having your party there. And I said, well, we don't have anybody there, actually.
Well,
Well-
I think I knew who it was. It's probably his initials are Echo Hotel, right?
Yeah, it probably was, yeah. But I mean, the fact is, you think we weren't. We were actually doing. I said you can listen to the podcast and clearly see.
Yeah. So let's go back to it. Let's look at it. The police, facial recognition, ID. Okay, everything is a controlled state. And what's that book you said read, Rob?
What's called 1984.
Oh, that one,
Really
yes.
good one.
And,
And you just when you're on Facebook, by the way, which again I hate.
Why do you hate Facebook, by the way?
Yeah,
well,
why?
because one of the biggest thing is because we're so innocent, they take all of our information. For example, Tony, you uploaded your beautiful picture. Hope you're not naked, because guess what?
No, that's
Mark
in a separate
Zuckerberg
one.
sells those pictures to Starmer for facial recognition. Where do you
Me
think they get
naked?
the pictures from? They get the pictures from Facebook. They get it from YouTube. Okay?
Yeah.
And they
But
kick,
they can generate them
and
anyway
they
through
kick the President of the
AI.
United
so
States off and countless other.
they can do
national
it through
freedoms.
AI anyway. So why
why I
do
don't
they
like
want my
Facebook.
pretty face?
Let's go.
Right.
We're going off the subject a little bit. Labour was once for the working person. Right, we did never expect to be a socialist communist state, and I can tell you the way we're going. Mark my words. I don't want to live in this country. The only reason I live in this country, I got my mother who lives across the road, and I can't, and I don't want to leave my children. But if I had a chance to leave, I would leave, because I'm just, I fought for nothing, in my eyes. Fought for nothing.
Well, I think that person.
Sorry, that's a
will
bit
play at the
passionate
end.
now.
The
Let's
person
get
at
back
the
on
end
the
summed it
script.
up.
So we've talked about that. I don't agree what's happening. And you're on about figures, Tony. 3 million come up twice.
Well, they've only just on the digital ID. They've just debated it in Parliament, so we'll find out what that's about. Over 3 million people signed a petition to
But
make
will
it
they care?
debatable. Probably not. No.
Right, 3 million won of the
It's
general
just
election.
another
Will they care?
consultation, isn't it?
Remember, these people work for us. We work for the local people. You voted us in as reform candidates.
Once it's made law, by
We
the
are
way,
now
it's going to be hard
councillors.
to change.
Yeah, we are councillors and we're working every day. We don't update you all the time because we deal with individual people. And these individuals, by the way, keep it all coming in. I'm doing my best. I do get up at stupid times of night to reply to you. So sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, somebody's put something on here. I don't
Not
know
rude,
what,
I hope.
what the.
Well, we're never going
not
to
a
make every...
policeman.
Well,
from
I was thinking of this word.
It's not a policeman from
Quacker
Plumpton, is it?
Wudger. It was Quacker Wudger was a type of wooden puppet. Anyway, we have some interesting people that watch sometimes. Thank you very much for watching. And
Thank you for the watchers, by
now,
the
I
way.
haven't met this person that puts this comment on YouTube, but Tony, it's addressed to you.
Oh, is
which
it? Oh, dear.
Tony, how do you feel about the comments made by Richard Tice where he said there was an overdiagnosis of children with neurodiverse issues? With your experience, you and your family have faced to get a diagnosis. Do you agree that ADHD and other neurological conditions are overdiagnosed? Just very briefly, because we got to.
All right, very briefly.
Thank you very much.
It can never be overdiagnosed. I think each child has to be diagnosed individually. It is bad. Individually, every child, if you do get the ones who are generally have got ADHD and they are caught early, it makes such a difference to their lives. We were lucky. It's hard to say whether it's overdosed. Doctors could quite easily sign people off. Every child has to be tested and diagnosed to find out if they truly got it. But like I said, there is a spectrum. It could be mild, and at the further end of the spectrum, you know, these children, they need help.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I have to get in on this. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tony.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, you're going to
Yeah.
speak the truth, Neil.
Right. His son, Sam, fantastic. They helped him at the beginning, and he's a scientist. What does he do now?
He's a development chemist.
Oh, development chemist, and I love him to bits, and he's lovely. But there's people jumping on the bandwagon, and the people who do need it, need it. The people who don't need it.
And this is where
Right.
you've got to diagnose and find
Well,
it, and not just
right,
sign
the
a
doctor
shit
said
script
the
thing.
doctors are diagnosing it. We haven't got no more money left, guys. Right, every time we have a child which need help, the money's running out, and you know, at the end
Well,
of
the
the day,
simple truth is sending us.
well, it's
into
called a
heavy
seesaw.
debt.
A seesaw. The seesaw will tip the wrong way one day. Trust me, and there'd be no money.
Hey, Neil, we got a comment from someone that's come in, and he asked just a simple question, which is how many road sweepers does Devon County Council own? Now, I suspect,
enough.
Well, I suspect that it's outsourced anyway. But,
Everything's outsourced, and that's
yeah.
another.
But one of the things, because I was in finance in the NHS and procurement, but one would think that if you have an expensive piece of machinery, right?
Well, I think road sweepers are Exeter City Council, by the way.
Okay, fine, thanks.
But we don't know that.
regardless,
Yeah, we do.
go by the recycling center, Marsh Barton, sometimes
Yeah.
on a weekend.
Yeah.
You have all those vehicles sitting there. You know something? If you own an asset, an expensive asset, you sweat the thing like crazy. You work that thing 24/7. Okay, they
It
shouldn't
should be
sitting there
working.
in
My
the yard.
view is it should be working
If
24/7.
you go uptown,
Exactly,
in all
yeah.
fairness, if you do go uptown on a Friday or a Saturday, early in the morning, you'll find them working hard.
No. We're talking about drain clearance and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
These
you
should be
said road
working.
sweepers.
Well,
Thank
road
you-
sweep. Yeah.
Thank you, David, for your comment.
But good point. No, I'll tell David I'll get an answer on that because I'd like to know.
I thought you said road sweepers. Sorry.
Well,
about that.
road sweepers, drains, it doesn't really matter. It's all done. You just lean in front of me; they can see you leaning.
Rob.
Well, it's they were wondering whether we wanted to shut down the podcast, but I said
Oh no.
Not only no, but
can
heck
I
no.
relay this? Are we wasting our time? Because we're trying to relay in different methods. We've got Facebook, which you don't like. You do X, is it called X or whatever you do, and we do this. We're inviting people on. It doesn't cost you anything. Just come on here. We want everybody's opinion. But if we don't voice our opinion, nothing's going to change. And we get all these people gobbing off. And do you know what? It's not easy. Being a councillor is not easy. I have to sit on the fence. Tony?
well, Neil,
I do sit on the fence when it's things that concern certain issues, but obviously, like Chudley Road, I don't live there, so I think I can give an opinion.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, get the emails in. Tell us what's happening. We will do our best. I will work with Rob, Labour. I don't care who I work with. At the end of the day, we just want to
We
make...
want the best for the community.
Yeah, we can't help everybody because there's some things we can't do. Right. I'm dealing with a door entry system. I went and visited the site the other day. Apparently, the people who look after some of the houses said it cost 20 grand. Load of bollocks as well. Right, it's to do with electrics, and I'm not allowed to say that, so apologies. Right, I'm an electrician myself. I looked at it. When you push one button on one door, it does something on the other door. So it's to do with electrical fault, not 20 grand. Yes, Rob.
Hey, Neil, maybe it's just worth telling the audience that actually when I was doing the slides, it took me about 2 days, or the script, you know, and organizing technology, it took me about 2 days, 2 full days to do this every week. This is our 25th podcast. I think I've missed one, and I think both of you have been on almost every single one as well.
Minus 2, I was on holiday.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is,
I've beaten you now.
I think on average we get about 2,000 views a week, and it doesn't matter if you get one view or 10,000. Basically, this is demonstrating your commitment to the your constituents. The fact that we do this every single week, and we put a lot of hours into it, regardless if I'm not going to be anything more than your campaign manager.
Yeah, we're not experts.
You know what I mean?
We're not
put
experts.
a lot of work into it. Sometimes we make mistakes, but it demonstrates your commitment.
Yeah, well, put me
right?
up. We're put me up, Rob, so I can see myself. Right,
Oh.
we're not expert guys. Tony, are we? We just talk.
No,
We
we
don't-
just talk, and it
We
is
do,
our
we
opinions.
do we
Always
do have
remember
a
that.
to keep us in script because Tony and I can talk for England.
Okay.
All right, but the bottom line is about the people, and I need people coming on. Go on.
Okay, so let's just wind things down and talk about this great initiative
Right.
you guys are.
I'm going to talk.
promoting here.
Right, keep the slide up.
Yes.
When we went into Devon County Council for the full meeting, out of all the bullshit I've heard, this is actually what struck me home. Whoever mentioned it said if we could find one councillor to find one foster person, this would change Devon. Now, a foster a child in Devon. Now, I could have put a massive slide up about this. All right. These children, whatever age, I know they might not be, you know, they might be bad people, good people, I don't know, but they could be babies. But a lot of these are being shipped out of the county. And I don't want to look at that slide. Take the slide off. Yeah. Right. Put me on. Right. So, as a father of my children, I have 3 children and a stepdaughter I love to bits. I have 2 grandchildren. Tony?
Well, I've got 3 and 2 grandchildren.
I've
Right.
got 4 kids, but also just say, Neil, that most of these children have no, at least from what little I know, I might be wrong, but most of these children are very innocent and have nothing wrong.
Well, they're
with
all
them.
innocent.
It's just the parents. Some of the
Well,
parents.
we won't
it's-
go into circumstance, but
Well, what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to become a foster parent.
Right.
It's very rewarding.
right. So we're going to put the last slide up just a minute.
We've got to keep these children inside.
Right, let's
our
put the last
areas.
slide up with the brochure. Right, Devon County Council need foster carers. Right, there's all different types of short-term, long-term, whatever. Right, if you have a spare room, if you can give love to a child, and this is what we're going to be promoting for the next month. Right, because out of all the meetings and all the rubbish I hear about Swift boxes, rivers rights, whatever, this actually hit Tony and I. Because all these parents out there, a child is innocent. They need guidance, they need care, Tony, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, they need loving homes, really. And they need to be local, close to the families that they do have.
Well, yeah. So get on that Facebook page, or we're going to put this on our Facebook page. Get onto their, what do they call it, email address and all that. If you do have a spare room, you have the capability to give love, right, and care for a child, you know, you can make a real difference to that young person. And, you know, I've been lucky. I've had a really, really close, loving family, and I like to think my kids have had a close family. But there's children out there who haven't, for whatever circumstances, right? So this is what we're going to mentor and push forward for the next month. So please, please, please get to Devon County Council. We have 1 minute left.
Can I quickly come in and say, Movember, Moustaches, we're going to give the money we've decided to Andy Mann's Club, which is a national sort of group, but they do have a group in Exeter for men's mental health. So the money will be going there.
I'm
and we will
looking
be
old.
sorting that out. Yeah, we'll be sorting that out this week or next.
Okay, Neil, can you just do a little final comment about those who sacrifice their lives
Okay, so out of all the years, my favourite video, which we're going to play until I say we can't play it. A lot of soldiers, a lot of people, everybody who looks after all the civilians in this country, and I'm talking about ambulance people, nurses, doctors, military, RAF, you name it, right? We love this country. We need to look after the country. And I'm going to play this, lads. We do have a voice, okay? And I'm going to look at it. Play the video, Rob.
Yes, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now. And what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now it's darn sight worse than what it was when I fought for it.
So Tony and I are working for you. We've got elections coming up soon. We want things to change. Rob, I'll give you the honour to close this show, and I thank you for your time and effort and what you do.
Yeah, thank you for the privilege, guys, and for trusting in me to play a small part in delivering this to you every week, and for working with you guys. I'm really privileged and thrilled.
Camera's on us.
No, it's on you guys.
I'm looking good.
It's not about me.
It's me.
It's about supporting you guys to help you guys restore, Exeter. It's a great city, a great country. I love living here. Thank you so much. Neil, parting comment, please.
Anybody want to come on the show? It costs you nothing. We'll pick you up. We'll drop you home. Okay, but we need to change. We need to get Exeter back in. I'm getting up to put the music on because I ain't got jazz.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll see you next Thursday, 6 p.m.
Respect the place that you call home.